Hello, everyone, and welcome back to episode 31 of our Curse of Strahd playthrough. We had last week off, we did a wonderful Q&A session hosted by Mr. Dirk Manjaw. If you missed it, it was a wonderful time. You can find it on YouTube. It will be available for however long it stays on YouTube because it doesn't go away like a Twitch VOD does. For those of you who have never been here before, we are called Trials of Imagination. This is our second campaign together. We are just a group of friends that like to get together once a week and play Dungeons and Dragons and just nerd out and have some fun. This go around, we are playing the module known as Curse of Strahd. We are doing a heavily homebrewed version of it. So whether you are new to Curse of Strahd or you're a veteran at Curse of Strahd, there will be something for both of those audiences because there's plenty of nods to the original while also doing plenty of twists and turns that you would not be familiar with. So a little bit for both types of people there. You may notice throughout the stream that we do not engage with chat a whole lot vocally, if not at all. Do not think anything of this. It's nothing personal. We have a tight time window for what we can play between some of our players having to hop off for various reasons. So we try to be very concise and thoughtful and mindful of the time that we have so that we stay dedicated to the roleplay, the gameplay, the combat, everything in between. So we try not to get caught up engaging with the chat vocally during the section. However, once we get toward the end of that time slot, which tends to be after about 2 hours or so, we do shift into what's considered the post-stream chat. And we do quite the opposite to where the only thing we do is just talk a little bit about the episode, favorite moments, engage with chat, answer any questions that you have, and talk with you as much as we can there. So if that is your thing, stick around until the end and we will have something for you. If you see anybody new hop in, let them know because sometimes we're too busy role playing. However, we try to stay in the chat, like actual chat as much as we can and type away. But, sometimes players are busy, whether they're engaged in roleplay or combat or whatever have you. So if you see somebody hop in and none of us catches them, if you would, just let them know what's going on so that everybody can be informed and not feel left out. So, man, 30 episodes. It just snuck up on us really quick. This is episode 30 freaking 1. It's incredible to be here. It doesn't feel like it's been this long, but here we are. Excited to see what happens tonight. We had a wonderful time in episode 30 as well as the Q&A and did some giveaway stuff, and it was a lot of fun. Looking forward to doing more of that stuff in the future. But for now, we're going to sit back, enjoy, and just kind of like ride the D&D train for a little bit. So thank you, all of you who have been supportive thus far. You're all amazing, and we'll continue to do as many cool things as we can to give back to all of you guys. As such, there is one cool thing to announce tonight. It's might be a temporal thing because I didn't get any specific ones, but we did unlock some animated emotes. We unlocked 5 slots specifically, so I went ahead and got some that we could use. So they're not specific necessarily to D&D, but they would all find use in our gameplay. So if you're subbed and you already see them thrown up in the chat now, there's dumpster fire, there's one that is salt throwing on it. There's one guy that just keeps running back and forth. It's panicking. There's quite a few that are fun. And, of course, the RIP, which will be very appropriate for different episodes. And who could forget press F key. So have fun, chat with that. You guys earned it. That's all because of you guys. So feel free to spam away with those and look to potentially maybe have some custom ones that are a little more designated to us in the future, maybe especially if we unlock more options. I would say for certain we'll do there. Don't forget we have a podcast that goes up on Spotify. We have the actual episodes that go up there so you can hear them in audible form. We also have an episode that me and SJ or any other guests that we have kind of just talk about Dungeons and Dragons or nerd stuff in general that goes up on Spotify once a month. And in addition to that, we have a Patreon that has a podcast episode that is for the Patreons only. So kind of a dual threat there. You can do ! podcast or exclamation point Patreon in the chat to get links to either of those. The Patreon is one of those things we set up just to be able to have this medium to where you guys can give without a lot of it being taken away by Twitch, so that you feel like the bulk of what you're wanting to give actually makes it to us, and vice versa, so that we had a medium that when you do that, we have a way to give something back to you as well. So that's why that exists. You have the podcasts in both realms on Spotify and on Patreon that you can do for the Patreon only podcast, as well as several other tiers, including dice trays and stickers and merch material and all sorts of different stuff. So feel free to check that out. Of course, like I said, we have merch. So if you don't win that via some sort of Patreon giveaway or any sort of entry there, then you can actually just do exclamation point merch in the chat, and you'll have some stuff there to where you can have any of the lovely inside jokes that happen throughout the episodes. We have quite a few, and it's ever evolving, and we're always adding stuff to see what can happen there, to have nice little nods to different things that have happened throughout the campaign so far. Okay, that was a lot of jabbering. I think that is all I can think of. So the last thing, and then we'll switch off. So we had to postpone our collab Fallout stream due to me losing my voice altogether. So that's all on me. But it should be happening this Sunday, barring something crazy doesn't happen. It should be back on to happen this Sunday in the afternoon, somewhere around 4 to 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. It'll be a lot like D&D, but based around the Fallout universe, if you're familiar with that video game. So come check that out. That'll be me. If you're familiar with Jay Bustin or Stormer that chills here, he's probably in chat right now. And a few other people. We're doing a collab with a company that is designing this game and kind of showcasing what it's about. That will be Sunday, and we have a special announcement coming up that will be this month sometime. The date is still TBD. We need to lock it in, so I don't want to. I think I know when we're going to do it, but I don't want to potentially put ourselves in a corner if we can't. But this month, we do have our first ever one shot that is tied in to the current campaign. I won't go into a ton of details yet because I want to wait till we have a date and I'll give you a little more. But it is a one shot that will have some of the characters you are familiar with, as well as some that you might not be. And it will be an interesting time and a little bit of extra content for you guys that can dig deeper into certain things. So really excited about that. More details to come in the following weeks. But that will be all for now. I can't think of anything else just for the sake of asking. SJ, do you know, did I miss anything or is that good?
That's good.
That's good. Okay. Yeah. Well, enjoy the animated emotes, everybody. Make sure to let them fly tonight, especially as we probably inevitably goof things up, especially me. But let's sit back, relax, and hop into episode 31 of Curse of Strahd. All right, and we are back. And then that's so weird. Zyle's thing is off there. Let me
Not my fault.
Figure that out. Why are you the way that you are?
Why are you the way that you are?
Why are you this way?
I hate so much about the things you choose to be.
Right. All right. Well, let me fix that real quick.
Okay. I'll wait for you.
What even is that? Let's see.
Hi, Fran. That's what it says.
We'll turn that off for now.
Rain.
We'll turn that off for now. Thank you guys for sitting through our lovely tech issues that we always inevitably have at some point in time.
Issues.
I
Elberth, let
think
me.
Zyle being a tree is fine.
Yeah.
Right.
Scary
Yeah.
tree. Oh, it's a scary tree.
There we go. Now we can
I feel
actually
like
see
Zyle
Elberth.
being a tree is better than me being. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I got you.
Better than you being a tree.
Well, being just Albert. I'm trying to like go behind the token. I was trying to be like, hello, can you see me? In the little corner.
Yeah, I saw
I just
you.
wanted to be like an eyeball in the corner, but I couldn't get it to work. It was really hard.
Mhm.
That's fair.
I got a blanket.
That was really weird.
Like-
So like the entire source of it changed, and I don't know why. But
And then change back.
yeah, so we'll get it going. I'm going to go ahead and put his token up. That way we can have that right there. Yay, behind the scenes stuff, or not even really behind the scenes because it's right in front of you.
Yep.
Okay.
All the things that go into a stream.
All the things. So far on the campaign of Curse of Strahd, we've had a lot of twists and turns. The most up-to-date things to recap just a little bit. I'm not going to start from the beginning. You have a lot of YouTube videos or different things you can use to catch up if you're brand new here. But just to recap a little bit of what have happened over the past several episodes, our adventurers finally departed the village of Barovia in pursuit of going towards the town of Vallaki. Had a few bumps along the way to running into some creatures, to running into a seemingly, shall we say, possessed gallows of some sort, to where there's an effect that happened on some of the players, actually half of them, to where half of the characters were affected and half were not. And that created an interesting time. And then the group split up a little bit at first arrival to Vallaki, and a variety of things ensued where we really learned some things and got to meet a few people, not a whole lot, but we got to meet Luthrian. We got to understand that there might be reincarnation happening in Barovia, because we got to meet a little child that was referring to himself as Nemir, who was someone who passed away in the first 10 episodes of the campaign. We got to see Millard kind of do some what seemed like shenanigans with a drunkard that knocked him out in an alley, took his clothes, went back to get a guard to come look at him, and then amped it up a little bit by killing said guard, and then leaving both of those there. And then we fast track a little bit, get to meet Mercadanjal, who has met with the group again in the tavern. They have some interplay and interchange there. The group eventually kind of figures out what's going on. I say figures out loosely. They at least talk about what's going on with Millard and what he had done and why that kind of seems out of place, and some conversations happen there. And Zyle gets called away by Mr. Luthrian, who they had met earlier, to investigate the not one but two bodies that are in an alleyway. So not only the one that Millard had killed earlier, but the one that was knocked out has now also been killed. They have some different things that go on there. Luthrian actually casts a zone of truth in the midst of all this to kind of really make sure he can trust Zyle and understand what's going on. Seeing that a group just arrived and they now have two dead bodies, it was only natural to kind of want to investigate that scenario of things. And their investigation is cut rather short because a dark, shadowy entity begins stalking them and taking off the guards one by one until it is apparent that they're in a bad spot. and Luthien does not tell Zyle to stay with him. He instead chooses to kind of be the sacrificial lamb and gives him time to flee to safety back to his group and back to the tavern to alert them or do what he will to try and survive. So Luthien stays behind while Zyle runs off. He sees some sort of large blue light before it caves back in and is crushed by the shadow, and that was the last we saw of that. Zyle gets back with the group and relays what went down. Things escalate a little bit, and Mr. Merc Danjal chooses, after a few back and forth conversations, to reveal himself as Henrik, the person that the group has heard about since early on in the campaign and would have inevitably been searching for, has actually been right in front of them and kind of came to them and revealed himself instead of the other way around. But introductions were left pretty short because Millard at the time was dreaming, and it was a dream at Castle Ravenloft with a few members of the Seven. And at the end of the dream, Henrik wakes Millard up, but an important note is a piece of cloth from Samael, which is one of the Seven, actually comes into the room. Even though Millard was dreaming, Samael was in the area and getting ready to attack him, and when Henrik pulled him out, some of that cloth came with it, kind of tying some sense of reality and dreams together in this world. The group then is presented with the reality that something is going on at the gate. Something they don't really know the full extent of it, but a logical deduction, something to do with an entity killing a bunch of guards, making that area weak defensively, and then something potentially going on at the front. While Henrik also stated that the bones of St. Angel need to be investigated to see if they're still there or if something's gone wrong, because whatever happened with what went down with Zyle and the guard should not have been able to happen, yet it did. So they split. Henrik goes to the church to investigate the bones. The rest of the party proceeds to the gate. Millard chooses to start that direction, but then go towards the church to investigate the bones and Henrik and everything surrounding that. So we get like a little side Millard shenanigans moment of him getting there, kind of sneaking and getting to hear some conversations between Henrik and the Father Lucian. And he's mostly just hearing that the bones don't seem to be working like they are supposed to be, yet here they are. So they are still there. They have not been taken. And long story short, that gets resolved. There's some more shenanigans that take place, but Millard makes his way to a tavern instead of back to the gate and manages to convince a barkeep to give him 2 barrels of alcohol because dice rolls, and takes them towards the gate where the rest of the party is, fending off an entire horde of what seems to be undead. They are doing okay until some different entities start getting involved. Nadar had jumped over the castle walls and actually landed on the field of enemies and was doing all right with the undead. But when a large frog / amphibious type of creature got involved, things took a turn for the worse, and Nadar nearly died and was really actually conveniently put into a better place by a sudden gust of wind that knocked him all the way back to the gate, even though he was getting close to being surrounded by enemies. And at this point is when a literal, seemingly undead dragon shows up on the field. And things start to look pretty bad between that and the Amphibian jumping up on the castle to engage with Ayla and Zyle, and Elberth eventually comes over. And just everybody is kind of having to realize that things are very much not in their favor. And at this point, Ephraim, one of the 7 who had revealed himself in an earlier episode, does come back up to try and negotiate one more time and says, hey, like, do we really want this to go this way, or will you yield and just let us do what we're here to do? And Zyle begrudgingly makes a very difficult choice, both symbolically and literally, and he drops his spear to allow them to do what they want to do as long as him and the rest of his party can be safe. And that is the choice that he made. But before the group and the enemies outside could even really start to move inward towards the gate, a lightning bolt lands directly in the middle of the field and creates just a huge dust cloud and a large hooded figure, not quite as large as Ephraim, mind you, because he's 9 to 10 feet tall, but still a rather large one, arises from the ground after landing on the battlefield. And all enemies, the undead, the amphibious creature, the skeletons, and even the undead dragon, seem to have a notion of fear when this entity arrives on the battlefield. And that is where we left off last episode. But more importantly, where we pick up this episode. So, the only people at the gate currently would be Ayla, Zyle, Elbreth, and Nadar. Mark is below, so he's not at the top of the gate, and Millard is running back towards the northern section of Vlakia to investigate what could be going on at that end of the gate. So
Nadar's on the castle walls, and everyone else is in the keeps, not at the gate. per se.
Correct. The point is he's elevated. You're the only one on the ground.
Mhm.
So that is where we are. This another entity just lands. Do any of you have any form of reaction you would like to take to this?
Can I see the new entity?
From where you are, no.
Okay.
But you definitely saw the lightning bolt.
Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna say I have stunned silence.
I'm gonna move up and see what happened.
Okay.
Well, as the lightning thing falls down, Nadar stops in his tracks from running. And he shakes his head. No. And he proceeds to make his way back over to the rope. Looking out over everyone. Hint of fear in his eyes still. He turns to everyone. Stay behind me. No dwarf left behind. Not again.
You can't be Nadar.
And I slide down the rope because he never specified he picked it up again.
Okay.
And I proceed to make my way running towards the dragon at full speed, entering my rage, and as I enter my rage, I don't pull out any weapons, my hands become claws, and I shout, "I'm coming, Digor! I'm coming to see you!" And I proceed to just try and lay into that dragon as best I can with my rage.
Okay. Before you get a chance to attack it, without even really being able to see any form of lead up or change to it, those of you at the castle see an incredibly bright green light emanating from the center of the field. And Nadar, you can, even from your peripherals, with this being behind you, can see a bright green light emanating. And suddenly, just like a laser, but incredibly massive, just goes and creates a crater through the dragon. And it disintegrates from the inside out and withers away. Nadar standing there, you can turn around, and the hooded figure that just landed on the field is just holding his hand out like this with still a little bit of illumination on his finger.
Are there still enemies around me? Like,
They are, but they are not moving.
that's fine. I'm in a blind rage. I lay into the closest one.
Okay.
It's a blind rage.
Sure.
Blind rage. I'm not paying attention to anything going on around me.
So there's
I
three
see the
that are
dragon die.
there's three that are equally close. It's
Yeah.
so which one?
We'll say this one.
Okay.
the
It
one-
doesn't even move. It lets you hit it.
Just keep laying into it with the claws.
Okay. The hooded figure now starts to walk your direction slowly.
I just keep beating the crap out of the skeleton.
And all of you at the gate are watching as all this unfolds, and
Yep, we're just
These-
watching.
these entities are letting Nadar hit him. Like they're not moving at all. So the hooded figure gets close enough to Nadar, and he's standing pretty high up above you. I know you're a dwarf, but he's probably hard to guess, but he's at least probably in the 7-foot territory. And you don't hear any sound from him, and even looking into the hood, you can't see anything. It's just darkness. It's just a void looking into it. And with no real in between, Nadar suddenly finds herself just getting thrown and slammed into the castle wall, as all of you just see the outstretched hand of the hooded figure that just decks Nadar into the wall, immediately going unconscious and going to 0 hit points.
Oh, fun.
At that point, I yell out, Nadar! And I quickly grab the rope again, go back down again, and grab him. And then jank on it, expecting either probably Zyle to pull us up again, or Elbreth.
I'll help. Telekinetic shove.
Okay. You guys
Want me to
managed
roll
to
that first death save
go for it.
with the shove?
Go for it.
Well, that's a fail.
That's good.
I
Yep.
don't think I have.
Yeah.
All right. So, and unconscious Nadar is now back up here with you guys.
Who are you?
It completely ignores you and walks back up to Ephraim, who looks at him kind of confused. And you guys can hear Ephraim say to him, "Why here? Why now?" And you guys are going to hear a rather thunderous voice, even from a distance.
The blood of the innocent has been spilled twofold tonight. We have all we need.
And with that, Ephraim just kind of turns to look at all of you, turns back, and makes a nodding gesture at this seemingly hooded figure of authority. And the hooded figure just kind of looks at all of you and gives a nod before closing his fist, and all of them turn into a matter of mist. And like that, they're all gone.
Fine. It's not there.
No, it's there.
We don't talk about it.
That's Bruno.
It's Tim, okay?
Can I make an Arcana check to figure out how they disappeared? Was that like some sort of teleport?
You can make one with disadvantage. I don't think you would know the answer.
I already make it with disadvantage due to the fact I've got exhaustion.
Double disadvantage.
Yes, because that's the thing.
Can one of you magic wielding people help me the Dar here? I did all I could by just putting him up here.
Okay. I rolled a 5 plus 6, so 11.
Not much to be gained. It, from where you're standing, seems like some form of like a misty step that you've seen before.
Mhm.
All right, so all of you guys are, the enemies are gone. You are left amongst yourselves.
I'll go over to Nadar. What do I?
Nadar's unconscious. He's not responding to anything.
Yeah, I was waiting for DM description.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, he's
What do I see when I get there?
he's not dead. He's breathing, but he is unconscious.
All right, so I will lay my hands on him, and there's a glow. The healing hands to restore for 3 hit points.
Nadar, you come back to consciousness and feel like a warmth kind of flowing through your body. You still feel really beat up, but you are back to consciousness.
What happened?
Nadar, you keep
where
on
did the
trying
D
to
word
commit
go?
suicide.
We don't. Where did? Can someone at least tell me where the thing we don't speak about went?
What thing?
The thing we don't speak about.
The Dar, it's gone.
Where?
We're not sure, but
I'm
everything's
pretty sure it
fine.
was destroyed, but not positive.
I did that, right?
No.
Nadar, can you stop committing suicide?
Nadar
That's
seems to be like Nadar seems to be pointedly ignoring Mark when he's bringing these up.
Nadar, it's gone now. Okay?
I have eyes. I can see that.
Okay. Good. No, you did not kill it, but something else almost killed you, so.
Nadar, you're no longer allowed to drink.
I glare at Mark.
He
And
is,
X goes right is like held up right against his throat. don't get to choose that.
You keep on committing suicide.
I'm pretty sure that decision was not about the drinking.
Yes, it
Anyway.
was.
No, it wasn't.
He's always drunk,
That
and
is
he's
true,
always
but
doing stupid stuff.
this is correct. However, we know how afraid he is of the big winged lizard thing.
He committed suicide before the dragon was there.
Yes, but we know how terrified he is of the big winged lizard thing, to the point he does not like hearing the name of it. He already started running away, and he consciously made the decision to come back and try and protect all of us from the thing he is most scared of. It had nothing to do with drinking, and as he said, you do not get to make the choice for him whether or not he gets to drink. Speaking of which, I need a drink. And I turn and walk away.
It's usually a good. Speaking of alcohol,
Come on, Nadar. Let's
I
go.
follow. The barrels are still down there, right?
Da.
Yeah.
yeah, I think so.
I'm gonna put a little hole in it with the bottom point of my hand axe and just start drinking that as we walk.
So, as this is unfolding here, I would like to transition to our other party member who is currently heading towards the northern section of Valaki during all this, which is Mr. Millard. So, as per last time, go ahead and give me another stealth check. Let's see if the theme continues here.
That would be a 15.
All right.
Good there. And another perception check.
It'll be a 7.
How do you keep pulling this off?
He tries so hard.
Easy. I read the game.
The most stealthily unperceptive person.
I think he's just focused on task. You know?
Yeah.
It's incredible. Okay. Well, you've successfully made it a
Stuck in the shadows.
pretty decent way of. You've already gone past the point of what you're familiar with, because you know you took the route back past the tavern and then towards what the church would be, toward the center. But then instead of turning into the church, you keep going north. So you're kind of in new territory now. And it's oddly quiet. Oh, there's Mr. Richard. Let me rearrange that real quick. Whoops. There we go. Yeah. I'm on here twice. Hi, guys. There we go.
Oh,
Hey.
Oh, it's all better. Let me get Giles out of the way there. Okay. And we're good. So you are approaching the northern section, and everything seems very, very quiet.
That was abrupt.
As I notice the silence, I slow down to a stop. I start looking around at the buildings.
Mm-hmm. Make a perception check with advantage.
22.
Hey, now he's honed in. Now that you're less honed in on the stealth and more honed in on what's around you, you notice out of the corner of your eye something dart by like a very fast black shadow on the rooftops.
I draw my dagger instinctively. And I pause. And I look up briefly at where I saw the shadow go.
You look up that direction, and you see nothing. But with your focus and the roll, the good of roll as you had, you're still locked in, and you see it now on this side. It's just kind of moving back and forth. Where then suddenly it's starting to try to be less discreet. And you see it on the street from left to right and just move right in front of you.
You obviously have the advantage on me. Obviously, you're faster than I am. Why don't you come out so we can talk about whatever it is you want?
So you see the smoke or dark cloud suddenly start to twirl around you, just making this vortex type of thing. And where out of the vortex, almost very smooth like, it's still twirling, you see 2 feet emerge. They just slowly start walking very casually and smoothly out of it before finally emerges a adult male that seems, I don't know, it seems to have the appearance of like 30s or so. Clean shaven, dark brown hair. It's kind of short. The front reminds you a lot of Zyle if he were a little younger. And he's just in kind of similar clothing to what you would be wearing, honestly.
It's a neat trick, mate. Why'd you pick this one up?
Well. Mr. Millard, to what do I owe the pleasure?
I didn't know my name was known around these parts.
Oh, I know all your names. You, your good friend Mark, as the drunkard known as Nadar, the celestial Aelberth. You got the half-elf whatever it is, Ayla. And then, of course, who could forget Big Zyle?
I'm having a bit of a hurry, mate.
That
It'd
right?
do me a lot. Yeah, that's right. Do me a lot of good if you just tell me what you want, so I can be on my way. In fact, I don't even know who you are. What's your name?
Well, that's a fair point. Apology of my rudeness. My name is Zeke. Now, I don't know if Zyle has told you anything about me, but he's my brother.
Noticeably uncomfortable. Yeah, I heard a bit about you, mate. He said you'd gone off somewhere far away. I guess this is that place?
Well, I'd say he undersold that one quite a bit now, wouldn't you?
I don't know, he doesn't like to talk about you much.
Feelings mutual.
Well, like I said, what can I do for you?
Oh. Well, Mr. Millard, you've already done plenty. I just wanted to extend my gratitude for opening the way for us.
Done plenty, eh? What exactly did I do for you?
Well, for starters, you made it a lot easier to enter Valaki. Rather tricky place with these stupid bones.
You know about them bones?
Rather hated that song. I do.
They don't seem to be doing anything. I'm a superstitious fellow myself.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. You owned it, Mr. Millard. It's all because of you, my friend. When the blood of the innocent is spilled, especially when it's amplified, when there's more than one in a singular night within a 24-hour window, the effects of the bones become rather weakened.
I don't know what you're talking about, mate. I ain't been spilling no innocent blood.
My oh my. I didn't know better. I think you thought you were speaking the truth. Oh, cameras, woo!
Whack.
I don't know. Is that Bex dropped out?
Yeah. Oh no, I'm Millard.
It's so weird that Jay's just in the perfect spot to where he's always the one that gets bumped out for whatever reason.
Yep.
There it goes. Okay. Richard, you're Elberth for a little bit, so just, do your thing. Sorry, go ahead, Jay.
From what I know, I've been speaking the truth. You say anything different, mate? You calling me a liar?
Most intriguing. I think you actually believe that.
Look,
Do you know what you did?
I'm not above killing anyone. But anybody I've killed always had it coming, one way or another. It's not my first resort. I'm not a murderer.
That's not what you told me years and years and years ago at a tavern. As I recall, you were a little distraught about the death of your brother.
Yeah, I was.
Hmm.
He didn't deserve to die, you know.
Few do. But we were there. And I'll give you a little free pass. You wouldn't have recognized me. I have the keen ability to kind of change my appearance if I so choose.
From what my companions told me about you, especially Zyle, you do deserve to die. Is that true?
No, that just stings, Mr. Millard. Just stings right into this, right in my feelings. Don't worry, I don't have any quarrel with you. My job was quite simple. It was to meet you after the incident with your brother and kind of shove you in the direction of this here party.
Is this about your brother? Is that why we're all here?
Straight to the point. I can respect that. Not for any of them, no. They could care less about the lowly quabbles of some siblings, but for me, well, I mean, yes, it's everything.
I don't know right exactly what you're saying, mate. But I gotta get going. And I take a step to walk away.
He does not stop you at all. He just lets you walk by. It's a
Take-
pleasure meeting you, Mr. Millard.
Take 3 more steps. I can't say the same to you, mate. I hope I never see you again.
He kind of just lets you walk away and says under his breath, "Oh, but you will. You will." And he just kind of forms into the shadow and disappears into an alleyway.
Can I tell from where I'm standing, like how far the gate is, or how far it looks like the gate is?
You would be able to, kind of like with the other ones, it's like the design is very kind of like straight, so long ahead, probably another maybe 300 to 400 yards. You can see the elevated part of the gate, so you know you're getting close.
Yeah. At this point, I break all means of stealth. Like, I'm not trying to be stealthy. And
Sure.
I make a straight sprint for the gate.
Okay. You get there without any form of resistance of any kind.
What do I see?
A fleet of dead, massacred guards. Some at their posts, some just on the ground.
I stopped for a second, obviously. Shock and awe. Things are about to get a lot worse, I guess. And then I turn around and I sprint back towards the eastern gate.
Okay. So with the intent of going back to the party?
Yeah, to find everybody else.
Sure. Okay. So as Millard's doing that, we'll go back to the rest of the group. Mr. Richard, just to catch you up to speed on what you missed. So the entity that arrived in the middle of the field actually talked, had a few words that all he basically indicated is that the group was leaving, that they have all that they need, and that the blood of the innocent had been spilled tonight, so they have all that they need. And Nadar, in a seeming sense of trying to, in his mind, protect his friends, actually bull rushed the dragon. But before he could even get to it, a beaming, like, laser of a green light went straight through the dragon. And when he had turned around, the hooded figure that had landed in the middle was just holding out his finger, and it just eradicated the undead dragon before it could even have a chance to have any form of interplay with Nadar. Nadar, in a rage, decided to try and hit some other things around it, which he did, and they didn't move. The undead let him hit him. And the hooded figure then kind of just casually walked towards him before, in a very fast motion, decking him all the way to the castle wall, reducing him to 0 hit points and being unconscious. In which Ayla went down, got Nadar, the rest of them pulled them back up, and Elbreth healed Nadar a little bit, so he's back to consciousness, but the rest of the enemies kind of misty-stepped away. So the battlefield is clear. You guys are here, have had a little bit of interchange, but that's kind of where you are. And we just went on Millard's little side tangent, and now we're back to you guys. You're muted, Liam.
Right. So Ayla and Nadar are where?
Down by the
We
barrels
went
of
down to
alcohol.
get drinks.
They went to the tavern to get drinks.
No.
We went down to the 2 barrels that
Oh.
Millard had originally brought.
Oh,
Why are we
okay.
gonna pay for drinks when there's some right here?
Yeah.
Even though Ayla hates beer.
Yeah, but
Okay.
Millard door dashed it, so.
Yeah. Free drinks.
Yeah.
Nadar, I enjoy a good drink, and this is not it.
But putting the barrel down for. This is a good drink.
No, this is beer. There is difference.
No, a good drink is one you have with your friends.
A drink is one that's tolerable. I look at a cup, down at the cup that I found. I put a little bit of beer in before he picked up the entire barrel to chug all at once.
Mhm.
Nadar, I have a quick question for you.
Yeah.
Is there something that you need to talk about? Because that was a little intense.
No.
Nadar.
No.
Nadar.
No dwarf left behind. That's it.
Problem, I am no dwarf.
Yes, I see that.
Oh, good. Also, you are only dwarf here.
I know. I know that.
So if you had run away, no dwarf would have been left behind.
It's a thing that I'll use that I won't let my friends down again.
Yes,
While
I kind of
they are
got that
talking,
sense.
I want to start a conversation with Zael and Elbreth, but I'll let them finish.
I did hear a name you called.
Yeah.
Also, don't think I did not notice the claws that you brought out, Mr. I hate bat lizard.
What clause? What was the name you think you heard? Because I'm pretty sure you didn't hear a name.
I'm pretty sure we heard the name and you said you were coming. Where did you think you were going once you were done with that dragon? Which I'm pretty sure that dragon would most likely be done with you.
Away.
Nadar.
I don't want to talk about this right now. I go back to drinking the beer.
Fine. But don't think that you are out of it. We will talk. I go back to tolerating this liquid.
So, as you guys continue on that endeavor, we'll go up to Mark, Zal, and Elbreth in their conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And Millard, you're about, if you can hear me, you're about halfway back by this point.
Sounds good.
Okay, we need to get Nadar off of drinking. He's basically committed suicide twice. And I don't think drinking is helping him.
And how do you propose we pull that off?
Cold cut turkey? Quick cold. Whatever.
It's nice thin slices of turkey.
Cool. You just give people a sandwich.
Works for
I
me.
don't suppose that would be any worse than any other method.
You know what I mean.
The problem with these charges of his he's been going on as of late doesn't just endanger himself, it's endangering everyone.
Exactly.
Because we have to throw ourselves in the line of fire to pull him out.
Right.
He wasn't really any better though when we got here and he wasn't able to get a drink.
No, he wasn't.
He wasn't sober for a long time, though.
I feel like the rate that he ran off was higher because he kept trying to look for a drink. So, but we can't really. Well, I wouldn't try to. You can't control any sort of adult, but I would not try to get in between a dwarf and alcohol.
Specifically, not that dwarf. That would be worse than most, I think.
Yeah, I would not get in the middle between any, but then with Nazar, that's yeah. I think that would be us trying to commit suicide.
He wouldn't be able to kill us. Not right away.
Not right away.
Dying slowly is always better than dying quickly.
Not immediately.
Not gonna die immediately. It's gonna be slow and painful.
It's that later part that I'm not a big fan of.
Well, there's no chance I'll get help with from Millard. I really, really think Nadar needs to get off of drinking.
I don't disagree with you at all.
Just don't know what we could do about that.
I suppose a start would be for us to stop pointing him at pubs ourselves. He'll find them on his own, but we all have kind of actively guided him to drink more than once.
I'm gonna cast magic missiles at the barrel.
Okay.
Have
That's
I
a
finished it
method.
by now?
You do, or you know, we're standing right next to them, right?
Magic missiles can't miss.
Yeah,
That's the point.
but still, he's holding one of them, and he only has 3 hit points left.
Yes.
Okay, I'll hit
I'm
the one
downing
he's
it.
not holding.
I don't think that's gonna help.
But are they beer? Yeah, beer's not
It's
flammable.
it's ale.
It's magic
It's
missile.
gonna get wet and
plus
sticky. It'll be fine.
damage. It's not fire damage.
Magic missile does force damage.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not a
Bad
bad
idea.
idea.
So this one suddenly just explodes, and
Good, because I was drinking the other one.
what was left just comes all around the ground.
I put the barrel down. Look at it, Mark. You've wasted all that good ale. Why?
Because it would do you no good.
It does no one any good on the ground like this. I go back to drinking the other barrel.
It also tastes no good, so. Thank you for not hitting us, by the way. Also,
wouldn't
a
dare.
warning would have been nice. You know, be like, hey, about to destroy barrel. No, 4. Just something. Because that was not nice. Don't appreciate it.
Bruce just kind of crosses her arms and is like, Huh. And says I like everyone's acting strange now. But I like this version of Mark. It's funny.
We've had Sassy Mark. Now we've got Alpha Mark. Like,
Yeah.
Although speaking of everyone being strange, wait, because Miller's not here, right?
Right.
Or did he come back?
Yeah.
Wait. Where's Millard?
I guess he's going between checking on the gates to see if they've been attacked.
That's right. If they didn't, hopefully he'll be coming back soon. Unless they went over to that gate.
yeah, hopefully
No.
he'll be back soon. I don't like us being separated.
Yeah.
Millard, you're roughly close to the tavern now, so you're getting close to where you can at least see the gate in the distance.
I put my drink down and then go sit far away from the alcohol so I don't get hit by another missile. And by sit, I mean probably like sit and then lay back.
Zao, you can notice that Ayla goes and just plops down over on the nearest platform.
Yeah, it's a good idea. I am tired.
I think we all are, buddy.
Not as tired as I am.
That's fair.
So Nadar, even in your position of drinking, you can turn to notice that you do see Millard kind of sprinting towards you guys in the distance.
Put the barrel down.
Alright, I cast first level magic missiles at the barrel.
My hands are on the barrel still. Like I'm
You put
waving
it
with
down,
like one
you put it
hand.
down.
I did
put
put
it
it down. My hands are on the barrel still. Cause I'm still intending to drink it.
All right. Well, it's gonna
I'm
definitely.
pretty sure I'm in between the barrel and my and you.
I think magic missiles can go around you.
It hits you, but take 1 point of splinter damage. Because wood shrapnel.
So now he's at 2.
Nidar
Is that too?
Nidar falls over and pretends to be unconscious.
Okay, you see the barrel explode, Nadar just. And Millard sees that. So basically, from Millard's perspective, Nadar, hello!
I raise my hand from my laid down poker and go, "It's not my turn. I took my turn. Not it."
So I've arrived at this point, basically, right?
For sure.
What are you guys doing? How's everything
Getting-
going here?
Getting
Come on.
rid of the beer.
What about the enemies?
They've left.
And you're just lollygagging about.
Nadar committed suicide like twice, basically.
And you just shot him.
No. I destroyed the barrels.
Whatever. 2 things. 1, things are a lot worse than we thought. I went to the North Gate. Everyone's dead. Slaughtered.
Slaughtered?
Slaughtered to the last man. I have no idea what happened, but they're all dead.
We're under attack at the north?
No, they're just all dead. Oh, every guard, everyone. It was horrible. And 2, Zyle. I saw your brother. He's here.
You what?
I saw him. He approached me. I didn't know what to do. I asked him questions. I talked to him.
As you're talking, Zyle comes up and he like puts his hands on your shoulders and he starts patting you, like checking for blood or anything. Are you okay?
I think so. I don't know what's going on. But he said I have something to do with it and why everything's going the way it is. Why the enemies have been attacking this town. He wants something from us, but I don't know what it is. He's talked about some other people he's working with. I have no idea. The point is, this town is completely defenseless.
I don't know what his game is here, but don't let him get in your head. He's really good at that. Don't try to put this burden on your shoulders. Zyle's visibly shaking,
No,
trying
I'm just
to talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on here? You're lollygagging about. Wasn't that like a battle? What's going on?
And they left. They just left. Said they had what they needed.
What exactly did they
don't trust
say?
that.
What exactly did they say, Zyle?
What exactly did they say, Matt?
That the blood of the innocent had been spilled twofold tonight. We have what we need.
That the blood
Brothers-
of the innocent had been spilled twofold tonight. That they had what they need.
Blood of the innocent. Your brother said something about that. He said he wanted to thank me, but I don't know why. I don't know why. What's Nadar doing?
I want to do a medicine check with disadvantage because I'm exhausted.
Can I roll a performance or deception check? Because I'm pretending.
Just both of you roll with disadvantage. Let's really have a crap off here.
8 first roll.
Dang it. Which one for me? Deception or it doesn't matter, they're both +1.
Yeah.
Yours is an 8.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's a 7. I rolled a 6 +1 on my big dice.
But is my medicine check good enough to figure out if you are, in fact, okay?
I don't know.
It's a pretty low roll. I'm going to say, ironically, well, not right, because both of you fail. So, Nadar is not convincing you that he's asleep or unconscious, but you also don't really have any idea of what his actual state is, other than he's visibly hurt.
Mark, is he alright? Look, are we good to move?
I'm gonna just toss a spare the dying at him, like kind of offhand.
Yeah.
Just he'll be good.
Alright.
It was just a barrel of beer blowing up in his hands. He certainly endured worse than that.
Look, whatever's going on here, I have an idea. I don't think I told you about this before, but I met with the local priests. They have some sort of sacred bones at the church. But your brother mentioned that they're not being effective right now. So I say we run there and we figure out what's going on with him.
Are those bones what keep everything out, I'm assuming?
That's what I thought. I I know it was wrong, but I tried to steal them. I figured they'd help us. But right now, it doesn't seem like they're helping anybody. So, let's
Right. We need
let's
to
just
figure
get
out what's
moving.
going on. That's a great idea, Millard.
While Mark is like right up close to me, I'm gonna expend one use of my Ring of the Ram to to attack him with it.
All right.
He blows up my alcohol. You blow up my alcohol, you get the punishment.
This is what you wanted, chat.
Make a ranged spell attack against one creature within 60 feet of you. It creates a spectral and it's an attack roll. For each charge you expend, it takes 2d4 or 2d10. 13 plus dirty 20 to hit.
That's gonna hit.
Definitely hits.
So I'm only expending one use. So you got pushed 5 feet away from me, and you take 2d10. That's 8 plus 11. 11 force damage.
That was sort of on the stairs.
All right, so that happens.
At this point, I'm gonna run up to, like, I've seen this happen. I'm gonna run up to Nadar, and I'm gonna grab him by the jerkin.
Okay.
Like the front of his. Nadar, quit messing around! This is serious. People are dead. We need to figure out what's going on, or a lot more people are gonna die.
Ouch.
These people aren't my family. Well, I say we go. It's more important to me, I'll be honest. Everyone here's alive. Than the people I don't know here. Except for the tavern maid. Because alcohol's great.
I slap him across the face.
You just
Nadar. We have responsibility to these people. It might be my fault. It might be my fault we're in this mess.
Ringing of the ram, you to let go. That's a nat 20 to hit.
hold on. I have to roll something here.
Something might happen here.
Yep.
It happened.
Oh. Roll again, Nadar. Huh. Alright. Well, wasn't expecting that.
8 plus 7.
Holy crap.
I'm trying to figure. What's 8 plus 7? My brain is blanking. 15.
8 plus 7, yeah.
$15 with that ring. Roll again.
Well, I rolled 3 dice, and 2 of them were 20s.
Oh.
Alright then. Huh.
Huh.
Huh. Hold on.
I can still push him away the 5 feet, right?
Wait,
Hold on.
just hold on.
I know.
Just
Mhm.
hold on.
Okay, so you're getting ready to push him again, or not again, but like just like you did, Mark. You're getting ready to do the same action, and you go to do it, and you can tell it takes purchase, but not with Millard. Instead, there's just like a blue wall suddenly just comes in between it, and what you did is hits the wall of energy. So Millard, there's now like a blue energy wall between you and Nadar, and there's a little like line trail coming from it that goes a little bit back towards, like if you're looking towards the tavern, but only like maybe 20 or 30 yards from you, of a tattered, bloody one arm cut off and actually is like has a little makeshift goodness the word tourniquet around his arm and really battered and bruised, and holding out his hand where the beam is coming from is Luthrian. Still standing. What are you doing?
That's to Nadar.
It's to all of you.
Nadar just
Trying to
looks-
fix a situation.
Zyle's gonna start heading towards Luthrian very quickly.
Nadar's heading the opposite way.
I sort of want to go to the tavern, but I also don't want to go to the tavern, because if I go to the tavern, then Nadar will probably go to the tavern. I just want to get some sleep.
That checks out. It checks out.
But I
wanna log
I
that
try to
too.
pull Millard further away from Luthrian and whisper to him, you need to be honest right now. Did you or do you not remember either murdering people or telling Mark about this?
Look, you know me. I've had a rough life. Done a lot of things I ain't proud of. When I came into town, I met a man here. He wasn't kind to me, and I thought I was giving what he deserved. I took it a little too far. Farther than I've ever taken it before. I didn't know it would lead to all this. I'm pretty sure when I had an altercation with this fella that he ended up dead, and it was my fault. I wouldn't call it murder, but from everything I've heard tonight, it sounds like that's what people would say it is.
I was really hoping that you were possessed or something.
Was that whispered just now, or were you talking in the open?
It was whispered.
Yeah, I'm whispering.
And Zyle, before you can even get to Luthrian, he drops his hand, so the blue wall kind of comes down. He just kind of lets us, idiots, and just topples over, passes out. So Luthrian's, he's there with you guys, but he's unconscious.
On
Where
hearing the thud,
he-
Nadar looks over his shoulder and then just goes and sits just outside the gate.
Outside
Just
the gate?
pops-
The gate's not open.
Right, the
Or
gate's,
inside, whatever.
sure, okay.
Just.
But
by-
he's yeah, by the gate, and like tucking away in a corner sort of thing.
Where's Luthrian on the map?
Maybe hereish.
Okay.
Zyle, are you by Luthrian?
He did rush over to him, I believe.
Here, I'll put Zyle's token in the general area.
I'm gonna kind of gently push past Elbreth, walk up to Zyle. Luke, we're gonna have more defensible territory at the church. Let's pick him up, get him there, see if we can nurse him back to health a little bit more.
I like that idea.
And Nadar doesn't want to come? And I shout that. Then he doesn't have to come. But we're going. We need to figure this whole thing out. Then I look at Zyle, kind of pleadingly.
Right.
We gotta fix
Give me
this.
just a second. Have I made it over to Luthrian yet?
Yeah.
Is it kind of... Did he fall face down?
Yes.
I'm gonna roll him over. Just 7 hells, lad. Put a spare the dying on him, just to stabilize him, just in case.
Okay.
Don't really have the spell to be throwing healing at him. All right, I'm gonna look up to Millard. All right, lead the way, and I'm gonna kind of scoop Luthrian up over my shoulder instead of leaving him here on the ground.
Okay. You have Lutheran in tow.
I start leading the way.
I'm just gonna kind of turn and say to everyone, all right, we're going to the church to see if we can figure out what's up with these bones and try to stop any further incursions.
Yeah.
You don't want to come, you don't have to, but get out of the open and get somewhere safe.
Okay. So, that being said,
And he turns and pointedly looks at Mark and says, Mark, you go rest.
I'm going.
Nadar's just gonna keep sitting in the corner.
Alright, I'm gonna go for the tavern then.
Instead of the church.
so Mark's going to the tavern to rest, but the rest of you are going to the church.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Ayla.
then Ayla.
Fell asleep.
Ayla's actually asleep. Okay. So I'll give Zal a chance on that one. That you notice that Ayla's asleep and not moving.
He will kind of chuckle a little bit and then nudge her from as far away as his leg will allow him to. He's played this game before.
Is this going to be the sneezing panda situation?
Ayla, Zyle, wake up. Please don't punch me in the face again.
As soon as his foot touches me, I do some
Monk stuff.
monk stuff. Grab my, just grab my. I'm holding my what do you call it? Not the bow. It's staff. And flip backwards, and just in a stance.
He just kind of waves at you with his free hand. This is why I don't lean over you when I wake you up now.
That is probably for best. We leaving?
Yes, we're heading to the church to see if we can figure out what's up with these bones.
Bones?
There's some sacred bones that apparently aren't working in the town, right?
Yeah. Is that what
Some sort of
Hendrik
ward,
was
maybe.
mumbling about earlier?
Probably.
Alright. I'm
Millard
hungry,
tried
but
to
I guess
steal
we'll
them.
go there. Of course he did. That sounds about
In an effort of good faith. How close is Millard to us right now?
I mean, he wouldn't be, but
Yeah, I'm
and
guessing at this point he's like 20, 30, 40 feet, maybe.
something like that.
Zyle's gonna say, under his breath, Millard is uncharacteristically shaken, and I'm quite concerned about him.
Alright.
And,
I look around to assess where everyone is.
He He says even quieter, he came in contact with Zeke.
That's not good.
No. I have no idea what that fool's doing here.
Do you think any of this has him involved then?
Undoubtedly.
That hooded person? Possibly? Or I pray Zeke is not that powerful?
I hope not, too.
It seems like Nadar is, hiding. Do you want me to stay with him? Even though, again, it is not my turn.
Nadar, he kind of calls out to you.
Nadar doesn't seem to acknowledge. He's just kind of curling up in a ball.
Lad, if you want to stay behind, that's fine, but get out of the open if you're going to do it and go get some rest. You took a beating out there.
I just go further back into the corner.
That, with the whole winged lizard thing, he's not gonna be himself for a while. You know that.
I know it's not your turn, but if you can just stay with him and make sure he doesn't.
If I can, I'll
Put
get him
himself-
back to a room at the tavern.
Thank you.
Mm,
We'll meet back up with you as soon as possible.
right.
No dwarf left behind. Nadar, why don't you go check on Mark?
That's a good plan.
Nadar, hearing this, that's going to stir the similar notion of what you had earlier in the battle, because you hear the phrase "no dwarf left behind," and she just mentions that Mark is going to be by himself.
Nadar gets up and walks by without looking anyone, and he's actively like looking at the ground and just walks past you towards the tavern.
Well, that works. Hopefully, he'll actually find Mark, and Mark will actually take his turn. I guess I'll go with you to the church. Also, who is this on your shoulder?
Oh, it's a Lutheran.
Ah, and I
He-
look at it. It's like, wait, the one who came and got you from the tavern earlier.
Yes.
So
I
as-
thought he had been killed.
As you guys are walking away, you're going to hear the guard that has still been here while
Oh yeah, that guy.
all of you are talking. Just, you guys are weird.
I turn around. Wait, no. Are you
I've
good?
been called worse.
No, I'm not good.
Well, are you good enough to stand here at your post?
No,
Well,
but I'm going to do it.
well, I'm glad for that. You're better than the other guy. Once we get this guy awake, we'll try and get him to send help. Yeah.
Just don't. Yeah.
Cool. Peace be with you, my friend.
Sal throws him a salute.
Okay, so now everybody in tow is walking towards the tavern and then towards the church, with Mark and Nadar stopping at the tavern. Okay. So you guys get far enough away, and this is just for the players and the viewers, so the characters would know this. The guard that was talking to you starts to morph. And then now there's Zeke standing there with the guard that was there dead beside him. I'll see y'all soon.
I have my suspicions.
And that's where we end this evening.
Oh, not yet.
A whole lot of people are gonna have to die first.
Yeah.
All right.
Kyle, I hate your brother.
Zyle also hates his brother, so
Zyle's brother hates Zyle.
you're not alone.
Okay. So the group is collectively together at the moment, and you reach the tavern, so the point where Mark and Nadar can go that direction. So do you guys, you're here, do you want to have any sort of interplay before you split?
Alright.
Nothing more than Nadar is just staring at the ground, not saying anything.
We still have
There's-
those rooms. Why don't you, Mark, before you and Nadar head up for a good rest, could you inform Ismark and Arena
Arena?
that
Of what?
what just happened?
Oh, yeah.
I think that'd be good. And then get to bed. But still, you're in charge of Nadar.
I'm going to sleep.
Fair.
There. Still in charge of Nadar.
You expect me to be in charge of Nadar?
While they're talking, I go into the tavern and go into the room with the busted door that I was
It's not
clawing.
busted. Henrik fixed
Henrik.
Oh,
Yeah,
the room that was
He's
the
got
busted door.
the doorknob.
I got you.
No, I have the bedpost from the bed that I
Right.
broke.
That's true. He still has the bedpost.
It's true.
I did mark into my inventory when I stated
Yeah.
I'd take the bedpost with me.
Yeah. Nadar's makeshift flail.
Well, it seems like he wants to go to bed, so your job should be easy. But still,
Alright.
your turn.
So Nadar and Mark enter that territory and they disappear from the group, go to the rooms and however they say fit to go to sleep. So we'll stay with the party that's in the streets as you guys walk towards the church. You have a little bit of time to interact before you arrive.
We need to hurry.
Agreed.
Should we have left him at... Is Luthrian with us? We're at
Yeah.
Luthrian, right?
He's on
Should we have
Zyles.
left him at the... Should we have left him at the tavern?
I figured could take him to the church and hopefully get some healing for him while we're there. Because
Well-
I'm slap out.
Protection, possibly. Hopefully.
I mean, I figure church is the most sanctimonious place. Probably the safest place in the whole village, town, whatever this place is. Hopefully we'll find some protection there. Hopefully we'll find some answers there.
Yeah. Because I have a whole lot of questions right now.
Oh, we get the fun secret D20 rolls.
Rolled a 10. Not for anything, I just rolled it.
No, I'm not rolling.
Keep going.
I rolled an 8.
Well, Nadar, you're not here right now, so your 8 doesn't count.
True that. Zyle? You okay?
Frankly, no.
Yeah. I didn't think hearing your brothers here would would be good.
It makes me really wonder what his end game is.
Do you think he has something to do with us being here? This is all said, whispered, and in Elvish.
I won't rule anything out at this point, but I can't even imagine why he would want us here.
Do you remember back at that house we went to, that first house, the creepy dungeon house? When we went to the basement and something happened and you fainted.
I'm afraid so.
Do you remember what happened right before you fainted? Because I still don't understand that.
Frantically pulls up the episode.
Hashtag player problems.
What exactly did? I don't know if I have that in my notes. He just heard something calling his name, didn't he? And then he passed out.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
He saw Teft.
That's right. Yeah. My
Did
old
you roll the
friend.
die to see if you would actually help him?
No.
And he was called Zyle of the Feywild, I think,
Right. Mm-hmm.
by the creepy voice.
Correct.
I saw an old friend, heard a few things, and then it was lights out until I woke up.
Did that have anything to do with your brother?
The friend I saw and my brother are unconnected as far as I'm aware.
Okay. Seems a lot of things here. Either can see your memories and therefore haunt you, or people are really trying to get a hold of you here.
Maybe a little of both.
Possibly both.
Zyle and Millard roll a perception check.
Oh boy.
16.
18.
Alrighty then.
Oh joy.
Zyle and Millard both hear what was kind of the eerie quiet. Suddenly, the wind picks up in not a natural way. And Millard, this is familiar because your instinct is feeling this is thinking in the memory. This is what you heard similar before the black entities started moving around you.
No good. No good. What are you all jabbering on about back there?
I reply in Elvish. Many, many things.
You know, I can't understand your darn language.
That is the point.
My brother and past, generally speaking.
It looks like it's not about to be our past.
The wind picks up very strong, and now you feel it. And that feeling quickly turns into visible nature as you see smoke. Begins circling you, not unlike it did with Millard earlier.
I draw my rapier this time.
Somewhere,
I take
a
a
guard's
stance.
about to get it.
I take a stance with my staff.
Is this something I've seen from him before? Or
Never.
would this have been new since I last saw him?
New. Millard would be the only one who knows what's going on right now.
Zyle, this happened last time. Last time I met with your brother. This is exactly what it looked like. He's here. He's
Great.
following us.
This time, instead of walking out of the dark cloud that is surrounding you, it starts to slow down and slow and slow, and it thins out. And as it thins out, there's just an individual standing in the center of it, just with his arms crossed, just staring straight at Zyle as the smoke clears and clears and clears. It becomes very evident, without a question, Zyle, that is Zeke standing right in front of you.
Well, Zeke. It's been some time.
Zyle?
He's going to turn around and kind of hand Luthrian off to Ayla Millard or whoever will take him.
Not me.
I guess that's me then.
Okay.
Am I correct in assuming that that was your handiwork earlier?
It's my strength.
Well, I assume you're referring to the guards.
You assume correctly.
Well, they didn't exactly put up much of a fight. You should know. You were there before you promptly abandoned all of them.
Favorite word, huh?
Should be quite familiar to you. Old habits and such, I guess.
So what brings you here to meddle in the lives of innocent people?
Let's just say I've found a greater purpose that pays the bills. It keeps me alive, I suppose. It's rather advantageous to be on the winning side.
All at the mere cost of the lives of others. Looking to build yourself an army there?
Build? And here I thought you were the smart one. No, my dear brother. We already have more than what we need. This little game that he who I shall refrain from naming at the moment, he's playing with all of you, I take no interest in it. What boss man gets, what boss man wants. I'm just here to play my part. I think you know who it is. You've already met him a time or two. Rather,
How, pray tell, did you get roped into his service?
Well, you know me. I'm a survivor. Gained my way into this interesting situation. Because one of them tried to kill me. They did not succeed. And in their failure, Lord Strahd saw potential. And unlike somebody who is standing before me, he believed in me. Actually supported what I was after. It's more than what I can say of you.
Zeke, I always believed in you. That didn't mean I had to approve of your methods. You're a damned fool if you think otherwise. Especially if you've been beholden yourself to him in his inner court.
Roll a persuasion check.
Not too great at those. But hey,
Come-
that's an
come on.
18
Hey. That's what I'm talking about.
with a -1 modifier.
You see a familiar gesture of a twitch and turning the head. Much like the hooded figure from episode 1 did when it looked at you. He just shrugs it off. Nice words. But empty all the same. Now, I do have a bit of a tight schedule that I have to abide by, so unfortunately I'm going to have to cut this interaction short, but I'll leave you with a little bit of a parting gift, shall I?
That is your way.
And he is going to kind of then turn his gaze at Millard. And just to be over the top about it, activate. And Millard feels immediate pain in his chest.
Zal immediately grabs the cuff of Zeke's shirt around the neck.
Your hand
What
goes.
did you do?
Your hand goes through it, like smoke. What did I do? Well, if you want to be technical, I didn't do nothing. That was in him long before me.
I stand back up. And I pick up my sword off the ground.
Yep.
And I turn towards Elbereth, who's with us, right?
Yeah.
I noticeably have kind of like darker features on my face. Like I look more angry than I normally would. And I'm just gonna start menacingly walking towards her, brandishing the weapon.
What are you doing? What did you do? What are you doing? And then she'll kind of like back up and holding out the mace towards him
Mhm.
defensively, just kind of like.
He's just going to look at all of you. Try not to make too much of a mess of things. Ta-ta now. And he quickly turns into the black cloud and whispers away and leaves all of you behind with now a angry-looking Millard facing down, Elbreth seemingly filled with some form of unknown bloodlust or rage even. That is where we'll end tonight's episode. Oh, man. Good gosh, guys.
That was good.
Okay.
If you all were wondering, yes, our
All right.
GM hates us.
So
Clearly.
I try to be objective here because we have a lot of episodes to choose between, but good gosh, if that wasn't one of the best episodes y'all have done in quite a while. My gosh.
Yeah.
Good job, everybody. Holy crap. Let's see. Screw it. Everybody. DM inspiration. All six of you.
Me too.
That's the thing. You just got to use it more often,
Yep.
Yeah.
and so that you can get it
I
again.
am tallying them up. I have 2 of them now.
No,
Yeah.
you
No,
can't.
you
That's
can't.
not how they work.
Okay,
That's not how that works.
Nope,
at
I
all.
Yeah,
get
like
I
I-
even need
I-
one for myself. Actually, no, that was the bardic inspiration. That sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can give
Yeah, you
Bardic
can
inspiration
pile up Bardic, yeah.
and give DM inspiration.
Yeah,
It's a toggle.
I
Keep track of
started
that. I have the DM
I just
inspiration.
forget about it.
I started to try and pick like, well, okay, this person should get it because they did this, and this person, oh crap, they all okay. Everybody, here's candy. Have at it.
Wait, I want to know why we each get it now.
The whole
get it
episode.
For how well he
Let's
liked
see.
how you played your character.
All right,
Yeah.
wait, we got 3 drinks.
Everybody
Four.
drink.
4.
Dang it.
I'm
Dang
almost
it.
out.
Dang
I'm
it.
gonna go get.
I
One.
just chugged
Ugh.
mine.
Dirk, are
Thank
you,
you.
thank you, Dirk.
DM gets an inspiration.
Thank you, sir. Okay, so this
you were
is
about to say, though, everyone gets a level. 'cause-
Yeah, I know. That's why I was like, oh, level
Can I
up.
just
Nope.
say I really hope
has
they
been
don't
a
kill
while.
me.
It
Please don't
has.
kill me next episode.
I think
Right.
everyone except Millard should get a level so that way. Just
well,
I don't want to. Actually, no. Rogues don't get another sneak attack at 4, so it's fine. Yeah, you
No,
can.
no, we don't get much at 4.
it's actually funny that you had mentioned that though, because I actually was going to tell everybody, congratulations, you're all level 4.
Yay!
Wait, really?
Yay!
Yes, yes.
Yes, finally.
It's funny that you've been like, well, actually, that
we
is,
could just feel it, like that it
Yep.
was right.
If you feel like it's right, though, like if you feel like it's the right thing to do, you can kill Millard.
please don't. But if it's
Please don't.
what's right, do it.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, 3 more drinks.
Oh
If it
gosh.
fits the narrative,
While we try to catch up on drinks, this is the part where we transition to the post-stream chat. So we're going to actually engage with you guys now and get to hang out, have a little fun, talk about our favorite moments, which is going to be really hard tonight. My gosh.
I can go first.
Yeah, Millard and Lava are the quickest to hop off. So
My-
go ahead,
My
Jay.
favorite moment was, I think it was done really well, having Nadar, Ring of the Ram, Mark. Like, I think that was done well.
Mhm.
It gave Nadar kind of like a serious moment, which we haven't seen a lot from him, where
Sure.
he's like, mostly because of that, and it sets up him wanting to Ring of the Ram Millard, which is like, he didn't really have as good a reason. Like, he's being held, but normally he would just shove him off. Whereas, like, this shows that Nadar is in a state of mind, and I thought that was really cool.
Certainly.
Hmm.
All right. Any other you want to list, or you just stick with that one?
That's my moment for the night. I really like that.
Perfect. It goes
Oh.
for saying for all of you, but since you'll be possibly hopping off soon, well done tonight, sir. Really good job. I know Millard had a pretty heavy interplay early on, having to have the conversation with Zeke, and it was really good. So well done there. Well done. Mr. Lava. Hadar had a bit of interplay tonight as well. So what about you? What's the highlight of the night for you?
Oh. I think just Nadar tonight. In general, like
Just
there
all
are
together.
reasons that I know. But I had a lot of fun playing that. And I do have stuff that I do want to talk about with Nadar. That I plan to talk about later in character.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So
And then other stuff we might be doing.
Sure. So just Nadar in general. Got it.
Yeah, Nadar in general, because I feel like tonight is setting up a lot for his character.
Across the board, a lot was set up tonight.
This is true.
Good gosh. Like, man. It's funny, like, it took a culmination of 30 episodes of slow progress to reach this episode, which is the opposite of slow progress. We're like, all right, we covered some ground. Goodness. So that was great. So, Lava and Jay, thank you both so much for tonight. Awesome job, both of you. I know one of you has to stop off. One of the internet will shut off soon, so we'll carry on. But thank both of you guys. Look forward to figuring out what the heck happens next week. I hope Miller doesn't die.
Me too.
I have adjusted my HP for the level 4.
Oh,
If he does die, I think it'll fit. If he doesn't die, we'll keep playing.
right. All the same, I genuinely hope he doesn't. Okay, so
I think
go ahead, Liam.
I think with Zael's Spare the Dying, he's not going to die unless something comes to actually finish him off.
You know, unless Millard kills Zyle first, and then that could happen.
That would be a problem.
Yeah, but I was thinking he's after Elbereth.
At the moment. At the moment.
He's pretty good. He's pretty good at dealing damage, especially in like one attack.
Mm-hmm.
But now that Zeke disappeared, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it'll be less.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. So chat, this is the portion where we're gonna do a round robin and go through our favorite moments of the night with everybody else. If you had any questions that came up, feel free to throw them out and we'll get to them. I know I can answer at least one that I saw, which Sephiroth, I did see your comment earlier, but I was rather occupied at work today, so I didn't get around to it. But in terms of song for the campaign, I think the song Untitled by Simple Plan, which just, how could this happen to me? Pretty good, I'd say. I don't know how I could pick a theme for a character because I don't really play just one. So that'd be a little more difficult. But
The Raging Canadian.
Sure. I'll do it. I'll go with a rando. But yeah, so that's my answer to that. So let's roll in favorite NPC. Oh gosh.
I'm gonna hop out 2-bit, like out of the Discord, so
Okay.
have the spare person prepped.
Okay.
Yeah, my internet's about to cut out too.
We'll get that figured out. Thank you guys for tonight. We'll see you guys next week.
Good night.
Yes.
Okay.
Is it Tuesday yet?
I got it, 2-bit.
Yeah. So
Hey, good freeze.
there goes Lava. So Dirk and/or Stormer, if either of you are available, if one of you want to hop into a channel, just deafen. That way we can keep the cameras. I get there. Okay. Well, first come, first serve. There's Stormer. We'll have him there. We'll pull Nadar out. And then all we have to do is nickname Stormer with an N.
You have to turn your camera on.
He does, well, yeah, if he wants to name the lineup, he has to have the camera on, but worst case, we're only one off. So it's not
Yeah, that's fine.
too bad. You can just be Nadar for a little bit.
like last week.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't envy whoever has to go first here because my gosh, what a night. All right. Mr. Liam. Leading it off.
Favorite moment.
Or highlight if that's easier, so that you don't have to say like the favorite, but just some good moments.
Okay, well, I thought it was really cool that the dragon got like one shot. But what exactly happened with the dragon in regards to its body? Did it like just totally disappear, disintegrate, or?
It disintegrated.
Okay. Wow.
That to me is probably the scariest spell in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool. And then there was also that Elbreth found out that Miller did in fact kill someone.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Or confirmed. Like, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. He killed someone, but he did not murder them, in his opinion.
In his words, he's like, I didn't murder, or it was justified.
Murder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was just like, I don't know, maybe there was something else going on that wasn't him. Or that he was being controlled, but then now he's like, yeah.
So that's, I guess, interesting.
Okay. Yeah, I like those options. That is Miss SJ.
My favorite part. I liked both Millard's and Zyle's interaction with Zeke. Just that, how those went.
Mm-hmm.
Also, what's with him saying I'm a half elf?
Yeah.
Full
It's
elf.
not supposed to be literal. That's kind of supposed to be a jab, as in like he doesn't care if it's accurate.
Okay.
He's kind of a tool like that.
Yeah. It's supposed to be an insult.
Right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
It's
he
like-
wasn't there to hear the insult.
Well, think of it like the antithesis of
But
Zal almost.
your full elf ears twitched at the mention.
Yep. Like quite literally, almost think of it like the antithesis of the Xyle, where he's like treating Ayla like she doesn't matter.
Mm.
But yes, that Jay did a really good job of that reaction, especially because he had no heads up about anything how that would go. So that was all on the fly.
Yeah. And then I kept thinking about the guard, but at the same time, I was like, I don't know if I should talk to him right now.
Yep.
So Ayla just went to sleep.
Yep. Yep.
I feel really bad now.
Well, stuff happens. Made for an interesting moment, if nothing else.
Yeah. Also, why is he like a country boy?
Why is Zeke a country boy?
Yeah. I was not expecting that with how Zyle talks.
I mean, I don't know, Zal, do you want to answer that?
Well, I wasn't expecting it either, to be honest. So.
Is Zyle not have the same accent? They sound like you guys have similar. They're similar accents. And Stormer agrees with me.
I thought they like Zeke's is more extreme. It's more exaggerated, but they're
It's
Okay.
more. But,
Yeah.
but like Zyle has an accent.
Mhm.
Like, so.
right. This is
Which is
Richard's.
I
funny
guess I was
because-
surprised by it.
For around here where I'm from, I don't. People think I'm from elsewhere often.
Right.
But you get outside of here and I immediately get pegged as Southern.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
That's
just
just
get confused looks.
it's just Richard's beautiful accent coming out. That's all it is.
Okay.
His wonderful voice. But yeah, I was just trying to basically like just take whatever I thought Zyle's accent was and just amplify it a little bit to where it's just a little more extreme. But all the same, was excited to finally get to play that character.
Yeah, I bet.
Been sitting on that one for a bit. Okay, so is that all your answers, Miss J?
Like my tiny little moment with Nadar, like that I stepped up to like kind of what's the right word? That I like fought for him, like, you know, that last one was not the alcohol. You know, he made that decision.
Sure.
And so just kind of standing up for him with Mark. Other than like, you know, Ayla doesn't like alcohol all that much, but she was like, we need to get out of this. I don't like this conversation anymore.
Sure.
So, yeah.
Mhm.
She did not like that ale. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
I feel like there's something you want me to say.
No, I'm
No,
letting
no,
you like because
that's-
it was
I
such a
believe that's it.
jam-packed episode.
It was a jam-packed episode. There was a lot going on there. Nothing like what I thought was gonna happen really happened.
Mhm.
I kind of thought we'd figure out who this hooded person was, but I'm expecting that this hooded person is one of the 7 with how the other guy interacted with him. And it was kind of funny too, because he wasn't like, "Aw, you took my dragon. You didn't have to do that." But, yeah.
Mhm.
He was just like, "Why now?" Like, he was just like so annoyed. He's like, "I was doing my job just fine. They gave up. Why are you here?"
Mhm.
He's like, "We got what we needed." He's like, "Ugh. Okay." Then they leave.
Mhm.
That guy is such a valley girl. Just saying.
About Ephraim.
In
All
my
right.
head, no.
All right.
With how that conversation just went.
Okay.
Did everything right. We were about to get in.
Mhm.
But anyways, yeah, I mean, it was a jam-packed episode, and I quite enjoyed it. I like that Ayla kind of just got to walk off and fall asleep. Feel like it's not my turn anymore. I went down that rope twice and got him. It is not my turn.
Mm.
So, but that is it.
Okay. All good answers. Like there's so much stuff to choose from tonight. Like it's like there's just so many options. That is Miss Bex. What's some highlights of the night for you?
Mark. Snarky Mark and Brazen Mark. Because also, since I wasn't able to say it because that's my favorite from last
Hashtag
episode
snarky
too.
Mark in chat.
Like, yeah, like when I was listening to the one that I missed, I was just like, he is so brazen right now. I'm like, if this is like, I don't know, I'm like, is this just exhausted, Mark? Because I love it.
Yep.
Like when people are like exhausted, they just get like, they're done. They're like,
Yeah.
nope, I don't care.
Yep. He's like, nope, I'm done with this.
So yeah, I love it. Like brazen, snarky, bold. Yeah,
Yep. Blew up barrels
laying
with
down the
people
law.
blowing up barrels with people holding them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. All right. Anything else?
I don't know. It's good overall. Yeah, that's just the highlight. But yeah. It's all good.
Sure. Yeah, good on
Also,
everybody.
you can really tell that Ayla was just so done with that night because she didn't like really go off on Mark for blowing up the barrel that was like right next to her. She was just like, "It's
She's
a
like,
good thing you did not hit me."
Ugh.
She was just like so done. She wasn't even gonna yell at him for it.
Okay. Well, last but not least, Mr. Ricardo. Some highlights of the night for you, my good lad.
Millard's interaction with Zeke was fantastic.
Mhm.
I liked finally getting to meet with him face to face after 10 years in game. And disclaimer, so for anyone, I don't know what 2-Bit has done with Zeke. I gave him the groundwork of their past, and where he's gone with him from there, I don't know. I'm a little scared. But I think my single favorite moment was when Bex turned Nadar's No Dwarf Left Behind on him to get him to not sit out there in the open and get himself killed. Which we later found out Zeke was hanging around there, so probably for the best. And knowing a few things that you and I know, and Ayla also knows, I clued her into that because he would have told her that 2-Bit.
Sure.
That would have not been good.
Yeah. That would have been very much not good. Yep. So Bex, in a sense, Elbereth could quite likely save Nadar's life. Quite possibly. Like nothing set in stone, but that would not have been a good situation. For sure. Yeah, that was a wonderful moment. Okay. So anything else, Mr. Richard?
I think that covers it. I mean, Sassy Mark was great. Well, yeah. I say this was more power move Mark. We've
Sure.
had Sassy Mark. We hadn't had power move Mark before, so
Right.
I like that. He's like, yeah, I'm done with this. I'm going to bed. Boom.
Like
That was great.
he pulled the Samuel L. Jackson Snakes on a Plane moment, but with drunk doors.
Yes.
I'm tired of these
These drunk doors
doors on these drunk
in
days.
this awful place.
It's pretty much what happened. Which was great. Man, oh gosh. It's so difficult to pick a highlight of tonight. Like all of you did such a wonderful job. So much good interaction of like the characters being, or you guys being very in the zone with the characters and doing what they would do. The interplay with Ayla and Nadar on two fronts. One, the kind of defending Nadar, which is a first of the campaign kind of for Ayla to do. But because she saw what Nadar was doing and kind of took it upon herself to at least point it out, like, hey, this was not just, it's not to say that maybe alcohol wasn't involved, but this was something different that occurred. And also kind of talking to Nadar as a person when he goes down to try and like, hey, are you okay? Like, what's going on? And having interplay there was really good. Sassy Mark, pretty solid. Just was like, I'm tired. I'm done with this. Just guys, just stop. Just stop. So going back a little bit, it was very interesting because I didn't expect Nadar to run onto the battlefield and especially straight at the dragon. I was like, all right, that's an interesting play. But
Yeah, I was not expecting that either.
but I cannot answer why what happened happened, but it wasn't hard to think of what should have happened in that moment. So the hooded figure is like, nope, we're not doing that, and just eradicated the dragon so that there was not even a chance for any form of combat to take place there. And that was an interesting move because as if there wasn't enough to be concerned about on the battlefield, that seemingly somehow amplified it, which didn't seem possible given how ridiculous things were already. So that was an interesting move. The whole Millard Zeke interaction was wonderful. Jay did such a good job with that. That was really good role play. Really enjoyed just listening to Millard do that, and like the shift in dynamic of Millard's arc and what's happening, and him suddenly feeling this like humongous amount of guilt about things in the town, just from Zeke, even whether it's true or not, just throwing the idea that this is all because of Millard. And it just kind of like, he completely flipped what he was portraying as Millard thus far in Vallaki. And that was a cool little flip, and I really liked that bit. And then all the interplay with you guys just trying to discuss what the frick to do was great. Seeing I didn't get to see, I'll never get to see Chad a whole lot, but seeing Chad's reaction when Zeke showed up and everybody thinking that Millard was going to die was a good moment. And then likewise, when Zeke showed up a second time as the guard that was right behind you guys was a good moment. That was... yeah. It's like, oh no.
No. I was not expecting him to show up again so soon after that incident.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
So, why? Why do you hate us? Anyways.
This is the answer to your question.
That thing. So, Richard, you need to go to his house and take that die and replace it with a better one.
Yeah, really, one that's weighted towards ones.
just a dice of nothing but ones. That was great, and then of course the Pentultimate leading up to the meeting of Zao and Zeke was great, and I thought it was a really good that Richard played it this way and like didn't try to insert unnecessary large amounts of dialogue. It was a good, nice, unsettling tension of like silence, few word reply, silence, few word reply, of just these people who are not at the moment incredibly close with one another. And it's just kind of like, I don't have a whole lot to say to you. And we're just kind of trading that back and forth. And I thought that was really good. I don't know if that's where your mind was, but that's at least how
I was just kind of playing off the energy you were giving, just
sure,
kind of trying to tit for tat it.
Mm-hmm. Well, you did well.
Go
ahead.
You can finish your thought, and then I was going to say another good part. But...
Okay. Yeah, just that in general, and then getting to focus a little more on something that's going on with Millard and use Zeke to do that was a moment I'm glad that you guys get to see a little bit of less ominous nature around it, I suppose. Like it's starting to unveil itself a little more, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all. So go ahead, SJ.
Oh, I was just gonna say when Zyle had to wake Ayla up.
Just reaching. I don't want to
got
die.
a stick I can borrow.
Right. So you know, like everyone finally got to like kind of see a little bit of something of what she does when someone is too close when they wake her up. Especially when like she wasn't expecting to fall asleep. Like I did not have her over there originally and thinking, oh, I'll have her fall asleep. But like so much time had passed since she really interacted. I was like, she might as well just be asleep. So it's like she fell asleep. So since she wasn't really expecting to fall asleep, and you know, I thought, oh, this will be fun. So
I can say one thing, and I think most everybody here would probably double down on this. Whenever you do it, because there's no timetable, very excited to see Dirk notes on this episode.
Yeah.
because my goodness, I don't envy you, Dirk, if you choose to do it for this episode, because my gosh, just everybody's gonna have some moments and some good ones at that. So we're gonna be wrapping things up here, coming to a close. We're getting to the last end. So Chad, if you have any last questions, go ahead and throw them out. I'll do one last round robin, just quick questions with the group while we see if any questions come in. We just want to do something simple with you guys, and we'll do the reverse order of how we did them. So Richard, you'll be up first, which is just going to be as simple of just in Richard's mind, what do you think is going on with Millard? Where's your head at with that?
I think there was something similar asked not too long ago. I don't really want to answer because there's some overlap in things that have yet to be revealed. Sure. That's fair. Okay. I'd be happy to private message you, but I don't want to just throw it out there.
That works. You can do that. I won't answer whether right or wrong. I'll just let you have that. Okay, if I remember correct, I think it would be Bex.
What was the question?
Just what Bex thinks is going on with Millard.
Yeah, no, seems to be something related to the thingy, but I don't know. Probably something just like being split into like the worst of him, maybe. I don't know.
Okay, not a bad theory. Eshe.
Well, it's interesting because like Ismark pulled something out of him already, but obviously there's still something there. So what that is, I guess, has something to do with something else, maybe. But man, it really seems like Millard is susceptible to evil here. In the fact that he had that black thing inside him, now something has activated inside him. He has like this like kind of gross appearance to his face. I don't know. Yeah, I would just say that there is so much either resentment or anger or something inside of him that there's enough that you can, I guess, Zeke can cast a spell and activate it to actually take over him. So why did he decide to attack Elbrith is an interesting question. Because I think I was closer. And then I have disadvantage since I'm holding Lutheran. But
Lutharian.
Yeah. So like why he decided to attack Elbrith is a question. If that actually has an answer, or he just picked her.
Which would be more of a J question, but yeah.
Right. Who's not here. So yeah, so there's just either possession, or somehow Zeke was just able to activate the evil building up in Millard's heart.
Okay. Good theories. Liam, what about you?
I don't know. I sort of thought initially that it was that was just some more black goo in him that Zeke activated.
Okay. All good theories. They're just curious where your heads were on it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, man, what a... Go ahead.
Stormer had asked a question earlier. I was trying to find it. I think he was asking who our favorite NPCs were. Is that the question? Hold on.
If it is, go for it.
So, I mean, I like Arena. I mean, my favorite is going to be Fitz, but we haven't really done anything with him yet except for his introduction.
Sure. Anyone else want to spout off favorite NPCs?
I have to go with Ismark. Especially at the time that he was introduced, I had to avoid saying that my name is Mark.
Right. Right.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah. Bex or Richard?
It's Merc, easy. Not Henrik, but Merc.
Of course.
Oh, Merc Danger.
Specifically the Merc persona.
I don't know. Sticky's pretty good too.
You know, Sticky is a great NPC. That's a fair point.
Sticky really just doesn't get the justice he deserves in terms of screen time.
Or what's the name that he always calls out?
Clarence?
Clarence, yeah.
Justice for Clarence.
We need a sticky emote now.
Yeah.
Just a little
It's
stick
just a
that's
stick.
waving back and forth.
Yeah, just don't even add it. Just like it's just a stick. It's like someone go in the backyard and just take a picture of a stick.
Animated emote though. We have space for animated one.
Yeah.
Just like a
It's a stick that waves back and forth.
Wow.
Just like if someone was kind of like moving the stick. But yeah, for me, it's a toss up between Sticky and Omen.
Ooh, enchanted.
I didn't even think it would be a toss up. I thought it was gonna be a wholeheartedly Omen for you.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you guys are. God, I almost forgot about Sticky. It's really important.
I made you the emote.
I also want to put special
We
words
get special recognition.
to Irina because I didn't really care for her at other times that I've encountered her, and I like this version of Irina.
Sure. Yeah. There's a lot of truths in what Bex said. I don't know for anyone who's familiar with the canonical book. The characters, I don't know if stale is the right word, but there's just not a lot to be desired
Both
there.
of them. I mean, her especially. She's just kind of like this. I mean, she's in armor, but it almost seems as if it's like, okay, here, wear this. Like here, put this on, but she's still like a damsel in distress kind of thing. But
Right.
she's just kind of there. And Ismark too, I don't really like him, but in this one too, he's more interesting. But like Irina, I'm just like, oh yes, I like her. She's all like, like I love her attitude. She's
Right.
just like,
Doesn't really take much crap.
yeah.
And literally punching the door.
Yeah.
For sure. I can get behind that. I can see that for sure. I don't have an answer because I don't think I should because I technically
Oh, we know you like the drunk lady.
No. I don't think I would have picked that one. I know the funniest reaction was just to do the freaking Valley Girls of the Vistani, but those aren't really like
No.
specific
Gimme.
named NPCs. They're just kind of just this group. But it was just a funny reaction. But
It was.
those are all great questions, all good answers. And no, I will not do the voice. You have to wait till that shows up
Do
again
the voice.
in
Oh,
game
question.
later. Okay,
Not
one last
question.
one
not
last
game
question.
No, I just want. Are we? Just because. Are we rating tonight? Because I wanted to make more of an announcement for it. If we are doing.
Is Aki and Peach?
Yeah, he's on.
Yeah. Well, because you make the announcement. Go ahead.
So our good friends Aki and Peach, you might have seen them because we've been rating them a couple times because they've been trying to make partner, and they have officially made partner. So we want to go and congratulate them and just be super excited for them. So Aki's on right now with his son. I think they're about to do, what is this called? Stream Raiders. But yeah, so he's playing Slime Rancher right now with his son.
Okay. We'll definitely.
But we're excited for them. They made partner. They've
Heck
been
yeah.
trying for that
yeah, it's an awesome thing. Good to see that all their effort kind of paid off there. It's always good. Always glad to help out a fellow streamer wherever we can. That's going to do it for tonight. So thank all of you so much for sticking around and hanging out with us and experiencing episode 31. My gosh, what a ride it was. Really looking forward to how the rest of it, oh gosh, excuse me, how the rest of it keeps going, because my goodness, talk about setting a pace. But we'll have to wait a week and see what happens on episode 32. But until then, everybody say goodbye. Till next time.
Good night.